What's up, everybody? Your guy at the top. DCI story. So I'll try my level best to keep this within 10 minutes, so that it's also not too long. And also I'll try my level best not to mention a lot of unnecessary details, so that it's clear that unachomea mtu mwingine ama you're painting them in bad picture. So a few things that happened I will not say, but I'll use an example maybe. I'll use code words. Okay, then also I'll not mention names. All right. Okay, wacha nipige 10 minutes before watoto watoke class wanipate hapa na hizi mushene unnecessary. Okay, so the DCI story. So what happens, let me put it in context. I'll try and talk a bit faster because in 10 minutes only, TikTok in 10 minutes. So situations are happening. There's a situation that kept on happening over and over and over and over and over, and I tried to talk about it 1,000,001 times and it was not changing, amongst many other situations. I've just told you the Rosie story, Chantel, and many others. So what do? So I call the uncle. Okay, the uncle is the police. Yes, Akwapo Parklands police station. And I call him. I'm like, hey, Niaje, we need to talk. Pull up to the crib. The uncle is her best friend and is the father figure in her life. So the uncle comes to the crib, we sit down and we talk, and I tell him, hey, your daughter is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and this one is not well. Let's try and talk. And the uncle talks to her for a minute there. Oh, nini, kwani, nini, try and change this and whatever. And I'm like, hey, now this one is the last strike, because now if this doesn't happen, I'm out. The uncle's like, no, you don't have to be out. Situations can just be sorted, nini. I'm like, nope. And I think I also have the video when the uncle was driving away anakuanga ile bike ya polisi. When he was riding away, I think you can have video, so I'll try and check it. If I find it, well, yeah. So they talk and she says, okay, I'm gonna work on this and work on this and work on this. Hata ikupita siku tatu, same shit happens. I'm like, 1 week later, pop, another one. I'm like, apanoma. So we're chatting with her and I text her. I'm like, hey, yo, mimi nimefika mwisho, A, B, C, D, this and this cannot happen, and I'm out. I've even gotten another crib and nini. She's like, no, you can't leave, nini. As usual, anytime we used to have a conversation, wiponi yake ilikuwa ni kulia hivi. Hey, yo nimejionea kitu kidogo tu hivi, na pia by the way to solve my situation. You sit down, you're like, let's talk about this. No, mister, I don't want to talk about it, mister. Also, she doesn't apologize. Yeah. By the way, she reached out and I think she sent an email. You can block everywhere, but the email was not even for an apology. It was just like, hey, we miss you, miss us. Yeah, if I find it, I'll also put it over here. Okay. Yeah, so that shows you the type of person we're dealing with. So one time nimeona imefika mwisho, so many watafuta crib nimepata, nikapanga na Omosh na Monez, nikamwambia niaje, go pick the kiddos, pick my clothes, nini, my 1-2, the necessities that I need. Vamus, move to this crib. Now me, I take the shorty, we go to Kitengela to kula nyama, but I know I can't leave the house if she's there. If I leave the house and she's there, it's gonna get violent, it's gonna get chaotic, itakuwa manduru na everything. Also, I don't want the kids to see that story, because also she had a toy, and the toy, an amazing toy. He's a genius. I love him until now, and we struck a very serious bond with him. And I feel very sorry for the boy, but it's fine. I actually still have his picture with me on my wall. That boy there, yeah, it's an amazing boy. Anyway, side story. So I also didn't want the boy to see. So what happens? The boy's still in school. My kiddos are in school. I think 2 of them were in the house. I think it was Rosie, Big Boss, and Brianna. Ada and Lola, I think, had gone to their mother's place or something. So we go to Kitengela. We kula nyama nini. So coming back, we get on the expressway. So we just start talking as usual. I'm like, hey, we need to talk about this. As usual, no, we can't talk about this. So it was argument from Mlolongo all the way to Westlands. I'm like, no, we've had this conversation time and time again. This and this and this is not changing. This and this is not changing. Jama mekata. We came all the way. So we get to Shell, opposite Safaricom. Kameme, I'm going for a meeting. I'll see you later. She chomokas the car, gets a cab home. Me, I move to the new kribo. So I'm waiting for madam to call me, or the uncle is like, hey, nani amefika kwa keja, amepata umetoka rada. That didn't happen. She didn't call, she didn't text, she didn't do nothing. The following day we've gone to give Badman the shamba. Tumeenda huko, me, my manager Roba, I think with the Mumama, the team huko, tumeenda huko Konza nini. So naangalia hivi simu, I think it was kitu 4 something. Naona we used to have a joint account. Naona imecleaniwa. I'm like, So I text her, what's up? I'm like, hey Rada, I've seen you've cleared the bank account plan. And then also hizo ma seats that tulikuwa tumechukua, hizo ni zile viti za, so there's this facility that hawa wase wanachukuanga when you buy something same as cars nini, you take it on hire purchase, so you pay some amount then lipa pole pole. Nikamwambia also those seats that nimekuacha nazo hapo kwa crib, I bought them here, you know, and I normally pay, so also you need to be making those payments. She didn't respond. I'm like, okay, cool. They keep quiet because I think those seats that are taken were quite expensive. They were over 400 and something G's. Yeah. Anyway, side story. She didn't respond. So me, I shaki na Roba. I'm like, I'm like, hey, niaje, hey, money has been withdrawn from the joint account, nini, hey, nini, whatever. She didn't respond. The following morning, so me, I've gotten home. I'm like, we'll sort this baadaye. Haikuwa pesa mingi, pesa kidogo. Let's do what? We'll sort it baadaye. Maybe she's angry, she's lashing out. I keep quiet. The following morning, namushona auntie, because normally when I get to sleep, I always put my phone on silent. If I don't, I will not be able to sleep. My calls, nini, my text, notifications. So I knock, niaje, knock, kafungua. Omosh anasema umpigie. I'm like, Omosh, that's strange. So I call Omosh, niaje. Omosh anambia, tumeshikwa. I'm like, meshikwa? What do you mean meshikwa? Tumekujiwa kwa nyumba wanasema tumeiba mali. I'm like, huh? What do you mean? Tumeiba. I'm like, mko wapi? Ati sijui naenda wapi, but nimesikia naenda Gigiri police station. I'm like, okay, cool. So drop me a pin, live location. I'm dressing up, I'm following you guys right now. Akasema sawa. So mimi nani nimeshawa teke nikapiga my manager Roba, nikamwambia Roba ni aje hii situation, unaona ile story niliwaambia jana, imefanyika hivi na hivi. I suspect is that one. Tuingie huko hivyo tuone nini nafanyika, because now we know we are innocent and all that. Cool. Tumeenda, nimechukua Roba pap. We are cruising teke. Tunafika hivi side ya tulikuwa nimechukua Roba kile tunakam hivi, about to get to Red Hill Road. Napigiwa na beshte yangu anaitwa Mani Bior. In the morning, he's never called me in the morning. He only pigia afternoon. Uko wapi? Tuende pit stop nini? He has a very nice club by the on Langata Road. It's called Pit Stop. You should pass by. Kuku iko hapo. Amazing. So Roba is like, uko wapi G? Niko like, naenda hivi meeting fulani nini? Akamwambia kuja kwangu. Kama swati hivi niende meeting, akamwambia no, kuja kwangu saizi. I think that was God that was working. I didn't know because ajai nipigie in the morning. So I tell Roba, tukimbie tuangalie Mani Biora anasemaje, and then ndio tukimbie Gigiri. So I pull up in his place, I find a couple of people, just good vibes. Mimi nimeona tu leo nimeamka tu nikifikiria nikupigie nini. I'm like, okay. Ulikuwa unaenda wapi? Nikamwambia nilikuwa naenda hivi nimepigiwa. So I just tell him, my boy, nimeenda Gigiri, nimesikia. Gigiri, let me send my lawyer. Atuma lawyer wake huko. Lawyer kufika anapata sasa tumepangiwa. Sasa sisi ni wezi. So Omosh and Munez are unknown people to her, and they went and they robbed the house, they vandalized the place, they beat up the house managers. By the way, tutoka na house manager moja tukacha moja because of the toy. Na hata nilituma Omosh kwa shule kwenda kuchukua mtoi, am drop home nini, because kwa nataka jua what is happening during that time. Okay. Aya. So wamepiga house manager, wamerob hao, wamevandalize nini, wameiba 2.5 million. That was the initial story. So DCI wameningoja. So mimi nilikuwa nikifika tu hivi DCI, so akina Omosh walishikwa, ndio nikifika hivi DCI nitupwe ndani. So lawyer anaambiwa hiyo story akiwa huko. Na akina Omosh yao washaka kwa cell. Rada nini wanako kwa cell kwa nini? No. That was our joint home. I have da. Oh no nini. So DCI huko wanasema ambieni Obinna akuja hapa kwa police station ama tumkujie. Manibera kanambia usiende bro, huko umepangiwa, tushapanga, acha lawyers wasort. Let's first get the cash bail for kina Omosh nini and everything. Aya. Ikaanza hiyo story sasa, cash bail. How much nini. Ilikuwa asubuhi, remember? Akina Omosh walikuwa wanaachwa jioni, I think to 4-5 something. Hawataki waache, wamesema wazi wachiliwa, whatever. It's just situation after situation. We paid a lot of money. Actually money beyond alilipa. Okay. And then you know when it's a public interest story, a lot of people are involved. So kulikuwa na tu watu hapo, tu maofisas, tu nini, tu mawakili, everything nini. So kina Omosh wakatolewa hiyo 4 PM. So wakakam, wakanipata hapo kwa Mani Bior. Wait for part 2 of this story. Haya, OGA at the top. What's up everybody? DCI story part 2. Okay, so akina Mosho wamekama wametupata hapo kwa nini? Hapo kwa Manibior. So naambia, hey, what happened? Wanajaribu ku explain and everything. I'm like, that is a shocker. I didn't see that. I'm like, wow, how? Tumeiba nini? I'm like, hata kulikuwa na odo kwa hiyo nyumba. Nini? Remember, mimi mwenyewe zayo bado na Diana 1.8. Aya. So, apparently, story ali present. So when she got to the house and then akapiga hesabu zake akafanya everything, so clear the joint account, so akaingia kwa bedroom akatoa mattress akatupa huko kando, akatupa manguo, akafanya nini, alafu akachukua hiyo mapicha na video, alafu so akapiga DCI, alafu akienda huko akilia, akasema nini, akasema vitu zingine, alafu akasema nimetoroka na gari yake, akasema Kinomosho ameiba 2.5 million, ingine sijui ilikuwa kwa safe, ingine ilikuwa wapi na nini. Aya. So DCI ni story wamepatiwa. So them, they're really trying to do their due diligence. They're like, mpaka they're like, Obinna, wow, okay, that's interesting. Aya. So si wakili wangu alikampia hapa kwa Manibio. So tukaongea, anaitwa Baraza. So tukaongea, so tukasema, tukapigia the investigating officer, tukamwambia ni aje, we're gonna come tomorrow. Because today ishapita ni alafu ni jioni, ukinyanga jioni, by the way kwanza nilikuwa ni Friday, I remember. Ni Friday jioni unatoka Monday. Remember Monday I have to do OBINNA show live. Then on that Saturday I had an event. I was doing IHRM awards. So tukapanga nikasema the following day. But we didn't go the following day because remember I had already been paid for IHRM awards. I don't want to mess up this clan. Then I'm like, I know that story is fabricated. Then it's not running anywhere. It's not an emergency. Nobody's dying. So I'm like, I'll go, you know. So Saturday we didn't go, so we went and did IHRM awards. Okay? So hiyo tunapatiwa information. Mazedisi hao wanatafuta. My cell is being triangulated. Natafutwa sasa. Haya. So IHRM awards also we posted when we were done. Kutoka hivi tukasikia walifika huko. So ikabidi, because I knew on Monday, I'll go on Monday. So nikasema, what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot on Sunday. OBINNA show live on Sundays that air on Monday, because on Monday we can't shoot. Tulijua watakama. Aya. So what happened? So si akina Mnezo wamereleasiwa hiyo Friday kitu 4 PM 5 tumeanza kuongea nini. I think the same evening kitu 8 9. Pap, Cyprian Nyakundi amepost story. I'm like, huh? So I'm reading the story. Akina Manibioro wanaisoma. Omosh is reading. My bro Leslie is reading. Roba is reading. We're like, what? So basically first ilikuwa Otoedo akina nani washikwe, then akina nani venye wali hawakushikwa ala mimi sijashikwa bado, so ikakuwa sasa tucheze na CV, tuchome CV. Story imewaka online. I'm like, wow, this is interesting. So my mama ameona, amenicall, my dad ameona, amenicall nini. Now who calls me for this story? Miguna. Actually I'll need WhatsApp. Which story is this? Call me if you can. So I call him. So I explained to him the story. Is like, that is very malicious. Let me give you my lawyers. So he gives me 2 lawyers. One is called Dudley. The other one is called Kitinya. Okay? Ni wakili wa Miguna. So them plus Baraza. Now I have 3 wakilis plus wakili wawili wa Manibior. So zaidi kuna wakili wangapi? 5. Na mimi niko na evidence kwa karatasi. I'm like, so first of all, these wakilis look at the story. They're like, this story is not going anywhere. But the damage has already been done. So story imeenda sato, sisi tumefanya event, tumerudi Sunday, tukaenda tukashoot, tukachapa OBINNA show live, tukamia magest ni aje, tumechange date, tukashoot Sunday. So Monday tumeenda sasa, tumefika DCI, tumedonjo, tukaingia na wakili 3. So kufika tukapata tumengojwa. So apparently, you remember when I was at Nani's place, at Manibior's place. So nilikuwa natafuta, because also was it on Saturday, the Saturday, I think it was a Saturday, also we went there. Kutoka hivi madisea wakafika, nikapigiwa na Bolo Bespoke. Bolo akanambia, ni aje Obi, disea wamekama hapa kukutafuta, nyonga simu. So I'm like, Sunday the same thing pia. So phone yangu ilikuwa tuko off maze, niko like man, which nonsense, why am I running away? But sasa nishaambiwa na kina wakili, if you go right now we have credible information, utakuwa ndani mpaka Monday, because her purpose is just to humiliate you. Her purpose is not even to do whatever, it's humiliation and kuchomea brand CV na picture and everything. Me niko duwe twendeni, like I will go on Monday. So now we went on that Monday. So saa hiyo DCI wamenambia we were looking for you, we've been looking for you. Ni kiburi. Like no, that's not the case. We had an event we had to go to, we had been paid, and we are still gonna come anyway. We know what we do, so we can't run away, and we are innocent. Aya. So story kanza, oh, we've been told this and this and this and this and this and this and this. Sisi pia tukatoa nini zetu. Did we go there on Monday? I mean, we went on Tuesday. I don't remember the day, because also I remember we met with Akina Kitinya first, to evidence to the conversation, the payment records, nini, kila kitu. Even the house renovation records zote niko nazo. Your backyard yote, I'm the one who did that. I put a gym in the rooftop, the paint work, the gypsum, the carpet, nilieka ile carpet ya wall to wall. Okay, all that I did. I have the receipts, man. So hizo zote tukazitoa zote, conversation nini. Alafu alienda pia akasema that this car alikuwa amelipa 1 million for this car, this KDP. Nikatoa evidence venye nilimtuma kwa safe, nikamwambia go take this money, I have this money in the safe. Mpaka kaniandikia ananiambia, oh, the one you came with, there is this and this. Nikamwambia go change it into Kenya shillings because in dollars. Change it, it was about 1 point something. Nikamwambia go deposit it in this bank, and nilimtuma. It was my money. Nikatoa hizo evidence zote nini, kila kitu. Pia akaambiwa sato yake. So hakuna evidence. Aya, alisema kulikuwa na dokwa hao. Akina Munezo wameiba hiyo 2.5, tena ikachange kwa ni 2 million. Tena ikakuwa waliiba kwa safe, tena ikakuwa hakuiba kwa safe, kulikuwa na 1 million kwa safe, kulikuwa na 1 million kwa closet. Now what she didn't know, when I was leaving that day, nikituma kinomoshi nikamwambia nani mchukue staff kwa hao, I recorded videos of the closet, because nilikuwa wakinomoshi juu nguo zangu. So nikamwambia chukueni hizi manguo, chukueni hizi. So I had the videos of all the closets. So you're saying there was money in the closet, but I have the video of the closet when I left and there was no money in there. Okay? Aya. So akaambiwa aya, let her evidence. Bro, I can insist. And I bring the evidence that there was 2.5 or 2 million shillings in the house. None. Bring the evidence this guy is yours. None. Akaanza kusema, oh, I was manipulated, nini, mimi nilidanganywa, whatever. Ata gari, I was the one buying the car, then mimi sikujua venye car ilikuwa transferred into nini. Kidogo wacha sasa Mwangi sasa atoke na receipts zake, uje Mwangi the one who actually sealed this deal for this car. And Mpaps, the former owner of this car is called Mpaps the Don. Na nikiongea baka na Mpaps baka I sent her to Mombasa. Amlipia flight, Gitonga I think alienda by road or something. Akaenda kuinspect gari because I was doing a show somewhere else. Baka kanitumia video akaniambia iko sawa nini. Then later we went. So when we went, CCTV footage ya hiyo showroom iko hapo, the contract, who is buying the car, who is paying, who is the witness, everything. Tukaleta zote. Kena kwa DCI akasema pana, no, me I want this and this and this. Oh, by the way, another story is your party. You see that morning when the money was withdrawn, the following morning, so my cousin anaitwa Nick, nilikuwa nimempeleka huko achunge mbuzi zetu. We had some goats because every Wednesday we were buying a goat or two, because idea ushago kwetu nikibaingi livestock kwa zinauliwa, watu kwetu wako hivyo. So I have livestock from different places. Then tukasema nataka kwanza another farm this side, so we started this side ya kwao, and we had bought a bunch of goats and chicken and everything, and my cousin was taking care of them. Okay? Aya. So when this happened, the following morning at 5 in the morning, maze kazi yangu aliingiliwa na watu na hizo wamekaa kuchunga sijui asibe mbuzi. I'm like, yo, how will you still even what's yours? By the way, hata hiyo pia niliachana na hiyo makuku na hizo mbuzi niliachana nazo hiyo side nyingine. We start afresh. Anyway, now let's go back to this other story. Okay? So he brought our evidence, akasukuma story maze, lawyer wake maze anani threaten, maze ananitumia manini. Lawyer wake sijui ni mention jina yake. Yeah. Lawyer wake anani-threaten maze anani, can you leave that car in the next available police station? Sijui nini, we are looking for you. Nini anatumia ma threats and everything. I'm just like, this guy. Aya. So alikazana na kesi, akasukuma kesi kenda mpaka kwa ODPP. ODPP akaangalia hivi kesi. Akasema this is some bullshit. There was no evidence whatsoever from my end. Mimi niko na evidence zangu zote. Kesi ikakuwa dismissed. Kesi kaambiwa, this case should be closed with no further investigation, whatever. And then anambia beshte zake, mastori but hawambii ukweli. Anawambia version yenye ina make akaipoa kwa any story that ambia mabeshte zake. It was very crazy, man. It was very crazy. Bunionekana naongeza part 3. What's up, everybody? Your guy top. DCI story part 3. Okay. So, where was I? Yeah, lawyer wake anani-threaten na everything. Even after the DCI, after the ODPP, wame-close your file wakasema, hey, history, there's no evidence here, there's no case here. Bado amengangana mazi, na push mazi. Lawyer wake bado anatumia vitu zingine, whatever. Na hata pia kuambia lawyer wake ukweli. Aliambia lawyer wake the truth according to her. And that's what she told her friends. Mazi, ameshika mazi, ameenda. Amepatana na Betty. Betty Charlo is a friend. Ameambia Betty pap. Katafuta Jalas. Akambia Jalas pap. Maze sasa anatafuta watu sasa anawaambia sasa. So these guys are looking at me like, what's up my G?
What's good?
Uko firi?
Yes. Nimeka bag.
Niaje. Imekwaje?
Firi.
Yes. Hey, what up?
Dad!
Hey. Why are we shouting, bro? Why is you shouting? How are you?
Fine.
How was it? Hey,
Full.
what are we eating? I see you. I should put your bag in there. Chalirona kweke. So, amambia mabeshte zake. She has a friend who is a lawyer.
Why lock the door?
I'm recording a video, ma'am. I didn't lock it in your face. Wow, hey, where? Women. See, you had gone to put your bag. I'm recording a video. Yeah, let me finish. So, thanks. Yeah. Anyway, so she has a friend who is a lawyer. Wakamwambia, yeah, tuende tufanye hivi. So, moto inachemuka huku, but anawaambia story ya version yake. So, amwambia kina Betty, amwambia kina nani, ametafuta Mbare, amemwambia. It's a clique, they are friends like that. They've known each other for a minute. And then also they are cows, you see. So, amwambia maze, so maka Jalasa ananiangalia zile za, rada bro. Hey, what's up? Poa sana mambo. I see you, man. See you. Hey, sasa mami. Close for me this time. I'm recording. My day was good. Get in, we talk. I'm recording a video. I've not finished the video yet.
Sean, it's okay.
No, it's okay. Yeah. So guys, I think I'll conclude this story baadaye because the kids are here now and it's a conversation that I tried to keep away from them. Okay.
Which conversation?
A private conversation.
Jackie naangalia ka comments. Wataniambia wewe ni rafiki wako.
Watakwambia? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So tutaendelea part 4 itaendelea baadaye. Talk later. Let me hang out with my people. Yo, what's up everybody? So we're back. So just got home. So let's conclude on this story for this part, okay? So a lot was being said to different people that I know. Yeah, like I've just listed a couple of other names. Yeah, and they started looking at me different. They're like, this ninja is a strange fellow. Yeah. And then also, you know, most of the time when normally you find there's a fall off between a lady and a guy, most guys don't talk. And these are the things that are making the suicide rates for men higher, because men, they always just keep quiet. They'll be told about, you'll see. So normally people see the reaction. They normally don't find out the beginning. Why then Nini? People always see what happened. You see, for example, if a lady goes out today and cries and says, this happened, the man is the one who will be prosecuted. So like my case, she went, paid people, did whatever, said a story on her side, and I kept quiet, and a lot of people said a lot of things about me. And I'm not even doing this video at it to justify, due to seek for pity. No. Mi staki advice, staki hata huruma. yangu ilinifunza, and the purpose for this video is just for the other men to learn, okay, and also the other ladies who are listening, and for the men to know, Obinna did this mistake, let me not do this. It's for them to learn from my mistake, and they can get to do better, so that we avoid similar occurrences in the society. Because if it was any other man who wasn't as strong as I was, they couldn't have managed to go through it. Because remember, this was happening, and I would still show up every Monday, and I would do the show, and I would do many other things that I'm doing, and I would still be inspirational and positive, and I'm just like, this is one under the bridge. And I would see the way it's being set, and whatever money is being paid where, for me to be nyang'anywa as you what, for me to be painted as what, to be mentioned as what, and I'll just be like, yeah, and I'll just look at it. Do you know, it go to the extent of, even apart from telling all these people, do you know alienda maka Mike Sonko? Yeah. And Sonko called me, and Sonko was like, yo, Ebu return this car here and whatever. And nimesikia story, what's happening? And I told Sonko, even Jago was there, and I told Sonko the whole story. Nikambia, hey, this and this and this is what's happening. Because alikuwa ameenda kwa Sonko, so that waende NTSA, so that gari sijui changiwe sijui from which sijui rudishiwe, akasema tumemwibia gari. Like, it's complicated. And when Sonko called me, I told him the truth, and I sent him a couple of screenshots of the evidence, and whatever. Sonko akaona, in story ufala, nakalenga yo story. So like, it was to that extent. Yeah, it was that bad. Hata lawyer wake alikuwa na kamivi sometimes anatumia hizo masamon zake na ma demand zake, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, this ninja has not been told the truth. I'm sure right now he feels very stupid. The way alikuwa amekazana, and then ni kama lawyer wake alikuwa na personal vendetta, and it's a dude by the way. Na ni dude mwenye amekuwa kwa industry yetu, alikuwa na date some person in the industry. So ni kama, it's like he had a personal vendetta against me, because the way he was coming with the story, I was like, you don't even know the story. You see, the guy kept on calling me and threatening me with this, oh, whatever. And I was just looking at everything. I was like, yeah. So it takes a very strong mind and a strong soul. But provided you're pure, there's a way God just fights your battles for you. Like, now I'm in a good place. This story ni story ya kitambo. Hata we are not even gonna talk about it. Mimi nilikuwa nisha move on. Baka Kitonga kapiga simu kusema pia ametandikwa, and I was like, umetandikwa aje na wewe ndio ulikuwa foot soldier? Si wewe ndio ulikuwa nini? Kumbe the dog was not fed. That is what has brought this story. And when you see other people saying, oh, don't talk about it, that is what is hurting men. That is what is hurting your husband. That is what is hurting your son, your boyfriend, your dad, your uncles, your grandfather. That is what is making them die young. Because they're told, kanyagia, suppress, suppress. How long will you suppress? When you talk about it, you let it go, it moves and everything. And by the way, I'm not doing this video to chomea anybody, I'm to malign anybody, no. Trust me, I have all the evidences, I can back up everything. I have, it's only Google DCI, my friend. Yeah, zilikuwa zimesonga. And speaking of which, let me show you my gallery. So the boy, the son was a very good guy. Still love him to death until now. He's still on my wall of fame here. And acha nifiche uso tu yake. Yeah. So that's the boy. You see, so upper, that's the other boy. That's the girl. Let me see if I can feature this one. Could you? It come like this. So this one was us. Us boys over there. Yeah. How do you see hapo? Yeah. So in the wall of fame, why do you go up? Because the boy didn't do anything bad and everything. And even the mother, me already forgave and I moved on. I was like, hii mambo, Mungu atanipigania. And by the way, I've realized one thing. Nobody... in the background. Imeisha. Yeah, so normally I've realized one thing. Most people who do me dirty, there's a way Mungu ananipiganianga tu. I don't know. And it has not started today. It started since I was a boy, all through. Msana coming ananifanya vibaya, then I always just look, you pray about it, you walk away, you focus on other things. You don't pay negativity with negativity. And somehow, life inarudingi tu na inafanya tu kitu tu. Nearly everybody who has done me dirty. It's a very strange thing, but it always just happens with me. And here we are. And a lot of people, oh, by the way, I have a couple of DMs, people telling me it's due to expose due nini nini. No, guys, that's not what I do. Yeah, I don't do expose. Tafuteni tu matimasta, si mwajua hao wanafanya hizo vitu zao. Yeah. Because hata mkinimezo my evidence nianza kusema huyu pia amesema, huyu pia amesema. No, that's not my job. That's not what I'm about. Me, I was just sharing my story of how I was manipulated, how I was used, how I was abused, and everything that happened, and the lessons I picked along the way so that the other people cannot fall through those mistakes. It's not about expose. All right. So that's the much you have for now. I think later I might tell you the interesting story of how we met. Yeah, how the whole thing ended up all together. It was very weird. I still don't understand it until today. Yeah, so if I've been a good vibe, maybe later in the night, I will share how we met. Yeah, that was very strange. Okay.